Dear students, good morning to all of you. So in the last class we have seen the basics of wind energy and local winds and global winds. What is meant by global winds? What is meant by local winds we have seen. And in the next class we have seen what are the advantages of wind energy, disadvantages of wind energy, and what is the best suitable location for wind energy we have seen. All these things we have seen. In this class we will see what are the classification of wind turbines. Already you know that wind energy is nothing but large kinetic energy associated with large masses of air. Kinetic energy associated with large masses of energy. Large masses of air is nothing but wind energy. That the kinetic energy is extracted and converted to the mechanical energy by using wind turbines. Okay. So kinetic energy associated with large masses of air you can call it a wind energy. With the help of wind turbines, that kinetic energy will be converted to the mechanical energy. Already you know that. So basically there is two types of wind turbines. The first one will be horizontal axis. First one will be horizontal axis wind turbine. The short name will be HAWT. Horizontal axis wind turbine, HAWT. Horizontal axis wind turbines are one where the axis of rotation, of shaft is parallel to the axis of rotation of shaft is parallel to the air stream. Those are called as horizontal axis wind turbine. Already you know that. Okay. Air may blow. Okay. For example, east to west or north to south. Okay. So air will blow. Okay. If the axis of rotation of the shaft is horizontal like this, with respect to the earth, let us say, if the shaft is horizontal and rotation, rotation is also in a horizontal manner, and the wind blow parallel to the axis. Likewise, you can have horizontal axis wind turbine HAWT. Okay, if the rotation or axis of the shaft is parallel to the wind stream, we can say that. Okay, wind may blow like this, east to south. Okay, or north. Okay, east to west or north to south, wind will blow. Okay, so if the shaft is parallel, straight away you can say that. So you can say that will be horizontal axis. Okay, if the rotor axis is wind will blow like this or like this. Okay, this is exactly vertical to the wind blow or wind stream. If the axis of rotation is vertical to the wind blow, straight away you can say that vertical axis wind turbine. Like that, based upon how the rotor axis is there. If it is vertical axis. If it is horizontal or parallel to the wind blow, so you can say that horizontal axis. If it is vertical axis, if it is horizontal, wind blow generally you will have either east to west or north to south. So likewise you will have. So if it is vertical, rotation is vertical with respect to the wind blow, straight away you can see. Simply you can say that if the rotor shaft is parallel or horizontal to the wind stream, so straight away you can say horizontal. If it is vertical, you can say that vertical axis wind turbine. That is the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the air stream. That will be vertical axis wind turbine. That you can observe here in this next slide. You can observe in the next slide. Okay, this is a horizontal axis. Okay, so all the shaft, where generator and everything will be placed on the top of some. This is, you can observe. This is supporting system. All the generator and everything, fans and everything will be placed on the top. Okay. So horizontally, okay. So to this fan, horizontally a shaft is connected to the generator, clutch mechanism, everything, control mechanism, everything will be connected. Everything will be placed on the top. Okay. Here in this mechanism, the shaft is in a horizontal manner. The shaft is in a horizontal manner like this. Okay. So horizontal axis, wind turbines. Whereas in the remaining method, it will be vertical. You can see that the axis, okay, of the rotor is in a vertical manner. Here it is in a horizontal manner. Or wind also blows parallel to it. Parallel to it. Horizontal axis wind turbine. Whereas in the two different types of vertical axis wind turbines will be there. One is Savanius and some one will be Darius type of vertical axis wind turbine. In these two cases, the rotation is like that axis. Okay, but wind will flow like that. So for the wind flow, okay, it is exactly perpendicular. So and vertical with the wind flow. So the axis of rotation is vertical. So straight away you can say that. Vertical axis wind turbine. Here everything will be in a horizontal manner. In the two cases, it will be in a vertical manner. The rotor axis. Straight away you can say that. So here the axis of rotation is vertical like this. In these two cases, vertical axis. It is a horizontal that you can call as a horizontal axis wind turbines. Horizontal axis wind turbine that you can observe clearly here. Modern horizontal axis wind turbine. This is a Savanius type vertical axis wind turbine. That will be Gyromila Darius type vertical axis wind turbine. So coming to the horizontal axis, okay, what is the constructional details? What are the different components of a horizontal axis wind turbine? Okay, so coming to that horizontal axis wind turbine. In the horizontal axis wind turbine, okay, so it has emerged as the most successful. Type of turbine. Okay, so generally it is the most successful type of a turbine. Okay, next these are being used for commercial use. Okay, commercially you can use these horizontal axis wind turbines. Commercially you can use. Okay, so and you can able to produce. Okay, so huge amount of electrical energy with the help of this. Okay, wind turbine. So it can be commercially useful in the worldwide that you can observe. Okay, the constructional details. So what are the different components it is having mainly? And what are the functions of all the components that we are going to see here? Okay, so the different constructional details of wind turbine you can observe here. Okay, so here if you observe, mainly it is having, these are the fans. Blades you can observe. These are the blades. You can observe blades. This is called as hub. Blades will be connected to the hub. That you can observe. Two blades will be there here. It is a two blades, and this is a brake mechanism. Whenever if you want to stop the operation for maintenance purpose, some brake mechanism is provided. And after brake mechanism, you will have a gearbox mechanism. Here you can observe that. Okay. So to maintain the speed of a shaft, a gearbox is provided, and you will have a generator. Doubly fed traction generator is there. This will be the generator which is used to generate electrical energy, and here is some electrical switchgear and control. Already you know that some protective devices like circuit breakers, fuses, and relays will be there. Okay, already know that, and some isolators also sometimes will be there in the switchgear and electrical switchgear and mechanism. Okay, isolators to break the operation. Whenever it is required maintenance, we will use isolator. Okay, so manually isolator will be opened in order to, okay, for maintenance purpose that you can see. Okay, and also you will have circuit breakers. You can automatically make or break the circuit with the help of a relay. Okay, relay already, relay is one which will sense the condition and send signal to the circuit breaker. Circuit breaker is the one which actually opens the circuit, likewise. So different electrical switchgear equipments like isolator, fuse. Okay, already know that whenever excessive current comes, automatically fuse will be blows out. Okay, so mostly switchgear equipments will be isolators, fuses, circuit breakers, and relays will be there in the electrical switchgear. Okay, you will have a generator. Already we have seen replicated induction generator, which will allow speed variation up to 10%. Whereas synchronous generator doesn't allow variation in speed. If there is a variation in speed, automatically, so there is a break in synchronism or lockout, and automatically the machine will come to the off position. That you can observe. Okay, and here you have a air control mechanism. You have a air control. This head. Okay, so air control head is continuously moves in such a direction, in the direction of a wind. Okay, which is called as a, this total arrangement you can call as a nacelle. Okay, this total arrangement where all these important arrangements are placed can be called as a nacelle. Or yeah. Okay, air can be controlled continuously, 360 degrees you can able to rotate. Okay, all the components. Okay, this will be called as a nacelle that you can observe here. Nacelle contains all the important equipments. That you can observe. Okay, the same diagram front view you can observe here. Okay, so horizontal. Okay, if you observe here, total the shaft will be the horizontal. If you see with respect to here, it is horizontal. If with respect to this line will be in a vertical manner with respect to depth. Okay, if you see shaft on the same shaft, hub as well as, okay, this brake, hub, brake, gear mechanism, generator. Okay, the same shaft, on the same shaft they will be placed. Okay, the shaft is since horizontal. Okay, you can call it as a horizontal axis wind turbine. Okay, so here you can observe the front view of the same diagram. Okay, here is some foundation. Foundation will be there. On that, some supporting structure I have used. You will have three different blades. 3-blade rotor. You will have 3-blade rotor. Okay, like this, you will have a 3 blades. Okay. Hub, the central point of all the blades you can call as the hub, and this will be called as a nacelle. After hub we will have again gearbox. After hub we will have gearbox. Then you will have generator and switchgear mechanism, all those things. Okay, likewise, since the shaft is in horizontal, it will be called as a horizontal axis wind turbine. Horizontal axis wind turbine, that you can say. Okay, so what are the different components? What are the different components of horizontal axis wind turbine? Different components of horizontal axis wind turbine. So again you can observe here. So this will be hub. Hub is here. This will be the hub. So to the hub, the rotor blades will be connected. So which will be twisted. So the rotor blades are airfoil type, which are twisted, that you can observe here. Okay, the same shaft. Okay, the hub is connected to the shaft. To the same shaft, gear mechanism will be there. Gear mechanism will be connected. So and so here. So with the help of gearbox, okay, we are connecting to the other shaft. Okay, generator shaft also are connecting, and so gears. This is one gear. This is gearbox. Okay, continuously. Gearbox will contain 2 gears like that. So based on this movement, the movement of generator is also there. So you will have a generator corresponding controllers what we have seen, and an anemometer. Okay, in which direction? The direction of wind will be continuously and the speed. Okay, anemometer related to speed of wind, measure to speed of wind and direction of wind continuously. And nacelle. Okay, this total where all the important we have placed, all important component places will be called as a nacelle. Okay, this will be the shaft of generator that we have already observed. Okay, with the gearbox mechanism, everything will be connected. That you can clearly observe here. You can observe. Now, what are the different components? What are the different components of horizontal axis wind turbine? What are the different components of horizontal axis wind turbine? You will have different components. You have different components like turbine blades. We have different components like turbine blades and hub, and nacelle. Already you have seen hub where. Okay, hub is nothing but where. So the rotor blades will be connected. All the rotor blades will be connected. The common point you can call as a hub. Nacelle is one where all the important components will be placed like gear mechanism, generator, clutches and everything. Okay, control equipments, switchgear equipments, everything will be placed that you can call as a nacelle. Upstream and downstream missions. Okay, upstream and downstream missions based on the wind directions we will have upstream and downstream missions that we will discuss. Okay, air control mechanism. Nacelle you can rotate total 360 degrees. Air control mechanism is one which is used to continuously rotate the head or nacelle. Okay, air control mechanism. Next, pitch control mechanism. Okay, so the turbine blades pitch can be controlled in order to receive maximum amount of force from the wind. In order to receive maximum amount of force from the wind. Okay, here control pitch of a blades will be continuously changed such that more force will be applied on the blades and it can able to generate the more power. Pitch control mechanism also there that we will discuss. Okay, so today we will discuss the first concept, turbine blades. Today we will discuss the first concept, turbine blades. So turbine blades. Okay, coming to the turbine blades, which are made up of high density. Turbine blades are made up of high density wood or glass or fiber. High density wood or glass or fiber composites. Okay, so we can say that. Okay, they may be made up of wood, glass, fibers. Okay, or combination of different. Composition nothing but combination of different materials. Maybe a combination of wood and glass, combination of glass or fiber. Like that, composite is nothing but combination of different materials to have a high mechanical strength. Continuously they will rotate, and they are openly placed. The material chosen for the so blade should be very high strength. Okay, in such a way we will move. Okay, the blades are slightly twisted from the outer tip. Outer tip to receive maximum force from the wind. Outer tip to receive the maximum force from the wind. Already pitch control mechanism I have discussed. Okay, so they will be slightly twisted. You can also observe in the normal fans also to receive the maximum amount of the force from the wind. They will be slightly. The pitch is controlled. To receive maximum amount of the force from the wind. The diameter of the typical megawatt range. Modern rotors may be of the order of 100 meters. Okay, so if you consider the diameter of a typical modern rotors will be 100 meters. Okay, modern wind turbines have 2 or 3 types of blades. Generally, you can use 2 blades or 3 blades. Okay, so to construct this. Okay, 2 or 3 blade horizontal axis wind turbines. 2 or 3 blade horizontal axis wind turbines is also called as propeller type. Propeller type of rotors because the operation of horizontal axis wind turbines will be okay, of 2 or 3 blades horizontal traction turbine will be okay, just like propellers used in aeroplanes. Propellers used in the operation will be the same. Okay, so that this you can also call as a propeller type rotors. Okay, but the main variation where you will get will be okay, the speed of the rotor which we are using here will be less. Okay, whereas the speed of the okay, propellers that we are using very high, which are okay, sometimes very high, they will run at a very high speed, whereas this will run at a very low speed because okay, the wind speed is uncertain. Sometimes you will have a strong wind will be there, sometimes you will have a weak wind will be there. Likewise, okay, you can have okay, they will have the propeller structure, sometimes they will have. Okay, so what are the merits and demerits? What are the merits and demerits of 2 and 3 blade rotors? Merits and demerits of 2 and 3 blade rotors. Merits and demerits of 2 and 3 blade rotors. So compare it to 2 blade design. You can observe that. Compare it to 2 blade design. You have a 2 blade design and you have a 3 blade design. 2 blade design and 3 blade design. You have okay. Compare 2 blade design. You will have a smoother power output. In the case of a 3 blade structure, you will have a smoother power output. Smoother power output when compared with a 2 blade structure because okay. So if there is a 3 blades, there is a balanced okay. There is a balanced gyroscopic force. Okay. Since there is a balanced force is applied on the blades, you will have a balanced output in the case of a 3 blade structure. Whereas in a 2 blade structure, you may not have that much smoother power when compared with the 3 blade structure. Okay. And the second one will be there is no need of stator in the rotor having 3 blades. Okay. To avoid shakes in the rotor, okay, stator will be used in a 2 blade structure. As already 3 blade structure is a balanced one, already 3 blade structure is a balanced one. You need not to provide any stator here. You need not provide any stator here. That is the main advantage of this structure. Okay, so adding the third blade increases the power output by about 5% only. Okay, so because of addition of okay, extra blade, that is third blade, power output will be increased by 5%, but the weight and cost will be increased by 50%. Weight and cost will be increased by 50%. Okay, compared to the power output. And okay, the 2 blade rotor is simple. Okay, because only 2 blades we are connecting. It is simple in design. Okay, so and 3 blades are more common in Europe. Okay, 3 blades are more common in Europe and other developing countries like India. Is more common. Whereas okay, in USA 2 blade structure is okay, so more favorable. Okay, so you can observe. However, in favor of 2 blades. Okay, so thank you very much. We'll see you in the next class.